stage, Trevor Boris.
Hey, thanks. Hey, how are we, guys? Yes. So I just moved into probably the gayest building in the world. There's literally a metal sign in my elevator that says, "Warning! Excessive movement from jumping or dancing will break the elevator." Yes, excessive dancing is an actual problem in my building. And not just dancing, but dancing enough to break the elevator. And enough times for them to go, "We need to put a sign in there." They're like, "Listen, homos, quit breaking this shit up." But I guess the sign wasn't working because now they've put security cameras in there, thinking that's going to help. And, well, now the homos just think they're going to be discovered. They're putting on shows in the elevator. Now, the Lion King just opened in my elevator. So I've been single so long, I've been doing the online dating thing, which the gay sites are just the worst. There's one called Manhunt, which... That sounds romantic, eh? Oh, where'd you guys meet? Manhunt. That sounds scary. It's crazy because like guys put like naked pictures of themselves on their profiles that everybody can see, which that to me is way too far. You know, call me old-fashioned. You know, I just think the first time I see a guy's penis, you know, should be in the men's room at the club we just met at. I'm like a hopeless romantic, I guess. But I just realized that everyone that I've dated in the last year has been 19 years old, which I know. And I hate it. I hate all the games you have to play, you know, like Guitar Hero. And we've definitely had some weird moments, like with my ex, who was 19. We had sex in his parents' bed, which was weird. I know we both wouldn't fit in his racing car, so that's a true story. Probably the worst though. We were like out for breakfast, and I was coming back from the washroom, and he was on the phone with his mom. This is how I know 19's too young. He had to call his mom because he forgot how he liked his eggs. Which, that's too young, right? I forgot. I know, it turns out over easy. Which is ironically how I like my 19-year-olds. Or poached, you know. Okay. But I didn't always date like young. Like my last like real relationship was around my age, so it was kind of weird. I went from dating a 27-year-old hairdresser to a 19-year-old hairdresser, which just felt like getting a newer iPod. Like I'd had like a regular iPod, and it was awesome, and I loved it. But then there was the iTouch, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so much newer and shinier and slimmer than my old iPod. And with the new ones, they recharge so much faster after I'm playing with them. Right? So I grew up a super small town. Being gay is kind of tough. Like the town was so small that like literally our Pride parade is like me opening the garage door going Happy Pride and then slamming it down. And people would chase me for a bit. And like the only job I ever had was it was horrible. I used to work at the airport in Lost and Found. Really boring job, a lot of lost bags and that. Although there was this one time, and this is a true story, this guy came up to the counter in a wheelchair and said that he had lost his prosthetic legs, right? And I was like, what? And I started to laugh. But he was serious. He was like, yeah, I can't find my legs. I was like, how could you lose your legs? Again, right? Right? He started getting all mad at me. And I was like, all right, well, calm down. Let's just retrace your steps. Because he was stumped. He had no idea. He could have just kicked himself. I know, right? I know. I have 11 more of those. You want? So Canada, it's nice to be from here. We actually just celebrated the 7-year anniversary of same-sex marriage being legalized, which was kind of cool. Thank you, 3 people. And the rest of you too late now. Well, it's interesting because like gay couples from all over the world have been coming to Canada to get married. One, because it's one of the only countries where it's legal. But Canada's actually actually the only country where neither person has to be a resident to get married here. So anyone from anywhere in the world, like gay or straight, can come get married here, which is kind of cool. However, if you need to get a divorce, one of the two actually has to come back and live in Canada for a year first, which I don't think people realize. So we could easily see in a couple of years, like, hundreds of angry gay people from all over the world. Like, have to move just to get a divorce. I'd love to see that. What brings you to Canada? I hate him! I think I'd get married. I wouldn't have kids, though. I actually think the biggest advantage to being gay, no chance of ever accidentally getting pregnant. Which, you know, you can be safe all you want, but accidents still happen. Like, I had a friend of mine, he had a one-night stand with some girl, and then a few days later she called him and she was like, "Hey, do you remember me? We went out for a few drinks in the back of my place. Well, I'm pregnant," which is horrible, you know, and I just know I'm never going to get that call, you know. "Hey, Trevor, remember me? We went out for a few drinks in the back to my place. Well, after you left, I accidentally adopted a Chinese baby online. Ling Ling showed up today." I actually just did something I'm very proud of. I sponsored a little girl in Africa. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, you don't seem... I did it to impress people, and now you don't seem... Now I feel like I wasted my money. I'll give her back. No, she's a little 2-year-old from Zimbabwe. Her name is Chipangu, which I think is short for something. And I just got my first letter from her, though, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Do you guys want to hear? It's so cute. I have it on my... She didn't email it to me. That'd be weird. "Dear Trevor, I'm writing to you from the internet cafe in my village. I tried adding you on Facebook, but..." No, so she's 2, so her older brother wrote me. I scanned it, so... it's totally cute. He goes, "Dear Trevor Boris, I'm happy to write this letter on behalf of Chipangu, thanking you for sponsoring her. She is a girl aged 2 years old. She is light in complexion." Which is kind of a weird first thing to say, right? She's light in complexion. First of all, I've seen her pictures and she's not. Which is fine. I love her the way she is, but... She's in a family of 2 and is the youngest. She likes to play with her toys during her spare time. Which, again, isn't all of her time spare time? It makes me worry that she's already got, like, 3 jobs. Oh, my little Chipangu! She actually made me these shoes. I know, right? My little hands. And then it kind of just goes on and on. Drought, you know, blah, blah, blah. Famine, you know. Me, you know. But she sent me a cute little picture of her and her brother playing soccer. And so I was like, I wanted to send her a cute picture back. So I sent her a picture of me and Justin Bieber. I was like, "Here's me and Justin Bieber at the MMVAs. He is light in complexion and likes to play with his toys in his spare time." But I did it for Oprah. I sponsored the girl for Oprah. That was when she left, I had to do it for Oprah. I actually went to a taping of Oprah last year, which is on every gay's bucket list. You gotta make that pilgrimage once. She's like our Jerusalem, only bigger, and sometimes bigger. She fluctuates, and so I went. I was so excited because, but you don't know what show you're gonna get till you get there. And I was really hoping for like a good, awesome show. I didn't want like a book club or a boring makeover. I was there for one of the craziest episodes she ever did. I was there for the Mackenzie Phillips episode. If you guys don't know, Mackenzie Phillips, big TV star in the 70s. Her dad was John Phillips, Mom was in the Papas. She was on Oprah talking about how she had a consensual sexual relationship with her dad for 11 years. That's the show I got. I was like, I don't think we're getting a free car. I'm scared to look under my seat. All right, thanks, guys. You guys have been fun. Enjoy Louie. Thank you, Winnipeg.
Give it up for Trevor Boris.